All right, we are live.
Yay! We're live. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see you and we can hear
Do
you.
we have people online? If you can see me, you can hear me. Let me see your emoji. Okay. Wow. We have just two people. Okay, yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hope we had a wonderful day. My name is Ovo Marvelous Nomoja, and this is day 4 of our webinar. Wow, do I have people who are excited? Okay, let me see your emoji. If you're online, let me see your emoji. Let me see the emoji. Yes, 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 yes. I'm waiting for your emojis. Okay, so um in one word, in just a word, I want you to tell me how Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was. For me, okay, I said one word. I'm going to use two. It was mind blowing. Like, I was wild.
Okay, so it seems we lost her, so she'll get back on. So yes, using one word. That one is tough. Oh. I don't know how to use one word to explain how it has been because for me, in fact, somebody just used the right word now. Fantabulous, awesome, wonderful. For me, it was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. It was superb. It was excellent. It was beyond expectation. It was informative. It was, see, there's so many adjectives. Go ahead. Thank you for borrowing me that grammar, black and it was enlightening. Like my head wants to literally blow off. Yes. Like there are just so many things I've been trying to wrap my life. So all these things are happening somewhere. I don't know if you're not here, I don't know what you're doing, but okay, so yes, enlightening, good vibes, enlightening, wholesome. Okay, so Marvelous is back. So yeah, you can go ahead, please. We are not hearing you, Marvelous. We are not hearing you, please. You are muted. Now you're muted, but I can still hear you. Okay, can you guys hear her? So let's know if it's just me, because sometimes, can anybody hear Marvelous? Anybody? Okay, they can't hear you. Marvelous. No, we can't still hear you. You are muted. You are always muted. Okay, so let's yes, I know you can hear me. So let us try to fix our audio. So yes, and a lot of people are waiting for data analysis. I know people who specifically register because they want to hear, they just want to know about data analysis. Some already have their mind made up. See, is either data analysis or nothing else. And I know that is why you are here today. So, but we are still in the mood of hearing. We still have like 5 minutes more. So, Marvelous, you are muted. We still have like 5 minutes more. We still want to know, what are you expecting today? What are you expecting aside from just data science? I mean, it's not just the courses that we come here to learn, or that we come here to get pitched or for. There are other things you learn. So what are you looking forward to learn today? Just one word or one sentence. So while you drop that, Marvelous, can you speak? Let's see if we can hear you. Oh, we are not. No, we can't hear you. Not to worry. It might just be network, or I don't know if you're not using herpes, you might try to use herpes, you might try to reduce your volume and then try to increase it. Just do some stunts that can just make it come up. But aside from that, you still have you are still gonna be here. So we don't know anytime your audio can come up. So yes, I'm not seeing feedback from people. What are you expecting today now? How data is easily analyzed? I can see. Emmanuel, I really want to see which group Emmanuel will eventually be. Emmanuel, Black and Amida. They're like a group like that. They are always wanting to. They're always in fact, they're always present. So if I not see you, I would have gone and look for you. So yes, somebody also said, okay, Black and has said, getting to know a career in getting to know a career improves the way you relate to people in that line. True, very true. When you know about the career, you know how to relate with them, because you totally have a different relationship with your friends that are lawyers to your friends that are just social media influencers. Somebody said, I swear to be wow. Well, the wowing is up to your wow. So your wow can influence the wow. I don't know if that made any sense. But it is your wow that will wow you. By the time you wow yourself by paying attention and listening, all right. So it will now help you to wow your wow expectation. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. But of course, you're going to learn a lot. So yeah, let us not disturb Marvelous so much, because our audio is trying not to have her speak. No, but I can see your mouth movement saying, "Can you hear me now?" But I cannot even hear you at all. But that's fine. Not to worry. Not to worry. We are here. We are doing this together. So yes, we are going to be inviting our speaker for today. Listen, Abba is a data. I call him a data guru, because I remember when I got tired with data. Then I met him in 2018. I got tired with data analysis and science stuff then, and if all those people that they finish the work, and when you see them present data, final output of things, you'll be like, is it in the same data that both of us are seeing that you are able to bring out something? So I'm not going to be surprised when I see him blow you away, or sweep you off to your feet with today's presentation. Trust me. So not to worry, relaxed. Again, your notepad, your pen should never be far away from you. And we are going to be doing a challenge very soon. From tomorrow, we are going to be doing a challenge where you are going to snap your notepad, put it on social media. In fact, they are going to snap a page of your notepad of what you have learned so far. We want to see that pages that have been writing since Monday, because if you have not written at least 2-3 pages from Monday till now, let me not see anything. But yes, we are going to be doing a challenge where you're going to snap the page of your lessons they have been gathering together from Monday till today, or to tomorrow. Things you have learned, you're going to snap it, put it on social media, tag us, and we are going to check someone that has the highest likes. So you don't want to know what is coming. So if you have not been writing, you better go and start writing. Okay, so without further, let me welcome Listen. Listen, can you hear us? You can unmute. You can show your. You said it's the
Yeah,
time. They're
yeah, I
always.
can hear you.
Can you see their suits? Can you see his suit? This is not the way he wears his suit, though. This is not the way he used to wear his suit, though. So yes, I mean, from his look, this is data science. This is data analysis. You understand? So yeah, welcome on board, Listening. Today is our last presentation, and we are so everybody is just blowing up the comment section. This is what I'm waiting for. This is it. I want to learn how to analyze data. Today is not the day you analyze data. Today is not the day you analyze data. All right. So yes, welcome. Do you want to share your screen so that I can help you hide your screen?
Okay.
So just click on the share button you can see there, and
Yeah,
then
I
share your
can.
screen.
Okay.
So Black NF is saying corporate wares. Power. Okay. I hope 13 pages are not much. 13 pages, they are not much. Oh. Snap them in slides. Snap them in slides. We will see it. Okay, so I think I can see. Yes. So you need to present your screen, like
Okay.
make it in a presenter mode.
Yeah, I understand.
Hmm. Emmanuel gave you a name, oh, analytic suit. This is I agree. I agree. I agree. Okay,
uh,
so you are on. Lindsay, take us away. Thank you.
okay. Hello everyone. So I'm actually happy to be here. I feel like I'm honored to be here. This is an opportunity, and I believe that by the end of everything, you will by then know what you really want and decide if you really want to go into data analytics, data science, and stuff like that, or you just want to push on to something else. Okay. So my name is Linson. You've mentioned my name already. My name is Linson. So data analytics is not a strange field. I feel like almost everyone here today must have heard of data analytics because yeah, there's this push for data science, there's a rave and stuff it like that. But the most important thing is that behind that rave, right, there are actually people who are working hard in industries and implementing changes. There are people who are driving business changes, right? So if you're actually going to data analytics, you should know that you're going to be doing something that will be affecting your organization, right? So you're going to put in a lot of work. So let me start with my story, how I started my career in data analytics. So it was as far back as 2018. So I was just rounding up my service and I realized, and I was panicking. I was like, okay, what am I going to do after service and stuff like that? But I want to point out that I studied statistics in school. So I graduated with the distinction. I did well in school in my statistics, but I still didn't know what I wanted to do. So that's when I started making research. Okay, what's in the market? What's available? Okay, there's data science, there's data analytics, and I started upskilling. So if you realize the first step I took was that I had to upskill. I had to gain the relevant skills. I just quickly ran online, looked for jobs. I saw the skills that I didn't have. Like, okay, I don't have this skill, I don't have this skill, I don't have this skill. So I started taking courses and I started preparing. I looked for scholarship and stuff like that. So that's where Princess and I met during the scholarship and stuff like that. So and I kept growing till today. I've not stopped learning. That's the way the field is. You have to learn because there's always something new that is coming out. Like for example, now some of the tools you use, some of the updates are pushed monthly. You have to keep learning. You get. So it was then I realized that if you don't take charge of your life, someone else will try to do it for you. And that's the truth. So when you don't take deliberate steps about your own career, when you don't take deliberate actions about your career, you're just lazing around. Anybody can just call you, hey, you come and do this. Hey, you come and do this. You're not going to have direction in life. You will not be focused because you will be pulled in all direction and you will be distracted. And the disadvantage of that is that you will not have the opportunity to grow. Since you don't have a focus plan, you don't have your own goal, you're not in charge of your life, there's no way you are going to grow. There's no way you're going to implement, there's no way you're going to achieve your life goals, right? So it's going to be very, very difficult for you. So if there's anything you're going to, if you're forgetting anything, don't forget this, that if you don't take charge of your life, someone else will try to do it for you. No, this is Nigeria. There are people who will take advantage of you, even if you're very good. They'll be like, just come, I'll find you something. Don't worry, just come and stuff like that. So you really need to decide on what you want and stay on it. Take that decision. So my journey so far. So I think as we just finished our service, I got my first job. I already started studying. So I didn't have I think I stayed at home for like 2 or 3 weeks. By the third week, I got a job as a data analyst in a marketing company. So that's what the company do. The company does marketing and branding. So that's where I got my first job as a data analyst. And it was fun because the first project was a federal government project. So I learned a lot within that period. After that time, I felt like, okay, I needed a new environment. I moved to a consulting company in 2019. So I stayed there for a while. Then I moved to the company where I'm presently working. I'm presently working in a health insurance company as a data analyst. You get it? So do you see how easy it is for me to shift? Like, okay, if you're in a company, you feel like, okay, I want to move, you can shift easily because data analysts are in demand. But know that people won't employ you just because, yeah, you're a data analyst. No, if you're really good at what you do. Okay, something I want to point out is that the last 2 jobs I've done so far, I didn't apply for them. So people who have worked before, they just recommend me to somebody like, oh, this guy is good, just go there. And that's how I got the jobs. Okay, so the field is competitive, you have to keep learning. But the good thing about it is that there are opportunities. If you go online and just type data analyst jobs, opportunities are there. You get. So that kind of my story. It's quite a short one and stuff like that. I'll come back to this later. Let's just move forward. So let's talk about the job opportunities. I think the most important thing about working as a data analyst is the fact that you can work in any industry. Okay, so and I've data analyst, data scientist, the more advanced, when you start going to the more advanced from now, you start having a machine learning engineer or artificial intelligence engineer or big data specialist. You understand? So that's when you start going up like, okay, I want to do research, I want to do some testing, I want to build models. You get? So that's when it becomes you start doing more rigorous work. But the good thing about it is that you can work in any industry. Health insurance, they need you there. Do you want to work in the bank? They need you there and stuff like that. So you realize that the names, so whenever you're looking for jobs, you may not really see something like data analyst, right? You will see something like maybe health insurance analyst and stuff like that. Those type of that's more like a specialist. You become more like a data specialist. You get, that's the name you will call that. So because you will now become a specialist in that particular industry. So let's say health, you have more interest in health. You want to focus more in things related to health, study about the industry, know the ins and outs. How is this industry growing? How is it going down and stuff like that. So you read about it, you become very informed. So you're not just regulated by data, but you have ideas. And the important thing about knowing much about your industry is because when it comes to issues like data, you have issues of compliance, you have issue of data privacy and stuff like that. So if you're not knowledgeable about the industry, you could put your company in a very big trouble. You get. So the way Nigeria is structured presently, a lot of companies want data analysts, they want data scientists, but in the truth, in reality, what they actually need are people like maybe data engineers. You get now, people who come and help them put the structure and infrastructure in place. So if you're going there as a data analyst presently, you're going to be doing a lot of work. You're not going to be doing just yours. But the good thing about it is that you're going to grow, right? So let's look at this. This is from the World Economic Forum, right? So he's talking about the job landscape and stuff like that. Look at this now. Emerging. Look at these top emerging skills here, top emerging roles. So we have data analyst as number one, and data analyst and data scientist. Look at number two again, AI and machine learning specialist. Do you notice those two fields are related? Because you can actually start as a data analyst and transition into an AI engineer, or you can start from data analyst, go to data scientist, or you can actually start as an AI engineer, but you're going to do a lot of study. You start from the basics, moves very fast. But if you want to grow, especially if you're in school, start from the data analyst aspect, understand everything you need to do, work on your projects, go to data scientist like that. That's how you grow. Beyond that, look at number 6 again. We have the big data specialist. This is still a data related field. You get. So the opportunity is there. You don't need to worry about jobs. That's one thing. As long as you've developed yourself and you know that you're employable, you're going to get a job. Develop yourself. Don't stay at home and no. Go out there, develop yourself, build skills, gain skills. So if you want a data analyst job, so already the gap is there. You know you're top, like you're top the ladder. So you're not going to be searching. You don't need to even carry your CV around. That's a good thing. I don't believe people are even moving around with their CV again. You just go online and you apply for jobs. So and let me just say this. My advice for you would be that if you're actually looking for jobs, right, don't look for random companies. That was my mistake from the start. Let's say you're in school now and you're planning to become a data scientist and machine learning engineer, what I would advise you to do is that make a list of companies that you want to work for, maybe top 3 companies you would like to work for, right? Now, then you now go online and search for the kind of jobs they post, their data science, data analyst, AI engineer, machine learning engineer jobs. Look at the kind of skills they ask for. Do not worry about the years of experience. Most of the time, you can work around that. So don't worry about the years of experience. Just look at the kind of skills they require. Then you start building yourself. By the time you'll be done with school, done with your service and stuff like that, you already have the skills, right? So you can showcase your project and stuff like that that will speak for you, and you'll get the job. You get. So I've gotten jobs in cases where my years of experience didn't really count because I'm really good. Because let me point before I move to the next slide. Someone posted something recently. The person said that somebody can have 20 years of experience, right? But in reality, it is not 20 years of experience because the person has been doing the same thing for the past 20 years. For example, now take clerks, and maybe some people who sit down in offices, they'll just be printing paper and stuff like that. That kind of people will tell you that they've been clerks for 20 years, but they've not been learning anything new. You get? So they may have the experience, but their skills won't really count, you understand, because they've not been learning anything new. So, but if you've gained the skills and you come new, you're going to have that advantage. You get now? So let's just move the next way. I say you can work in any field. You get? So you need to decide on your field of interest. That's I've mentioned that earlier, like I've covered this earlier. Decide. Do you want to work in the bank? So maybe data scientist in the bank. Do you want to work for a tech company, maybe like Flutterwave, or do you want to work for Paystack? Do you want to work for maybe like Uber? You get it? Do you want to work for a payment company, a fintech company, or agrotech company, or do you just want to be a research scientist? Okay, maybe you look for research organizations and join them. So you have to decide on what works best for you. Sometimes it may not be easy. So, but what you can do is to just try to test things out. Okay, I like this. I like this. If you can even start in any industry if you don't know what you want. But my advice for you is to target companies that will give you joy. That's the most important thing. Then, beside giving you joy, companies that will also pay you well. Yeah, that's kind of good too. Then data analytics tool sets. So in this part, we'll just be talking about the kind of things you're likely to use. This list does not cover all the things you'll be using. So the kind of tool set you'll be using in each company will vary from company to company. You'll go to this company, they'll tell you, oh, we use Apache Spark, oh, we use only Excel, oh, we use Power BI, we use Tableau, we use Looker. So what you will try to do is that's why it's very important that if you want to go into data analytics, you have to be a very dynamic person. You shouldn't be this kind of person that say, oh, I can't learn this. No, I don't like this. Most of the time, you even work with tools that you don't like. You get, but you just don't have any option. You have to be someone who loves learning. So you can just be like, oh, we need to do this. You can quickly go there and learn it. I've worked with tools I've never seen in my life. Sometimes you have only 5 minutes to learn it. You learn it, implement something, and you work fine. So this is just a very short list. See, let me tell you something. You see this number one, this Microsoft Excel. If anybody tells you that you shouldn't learn Excel, even if you are not a data analyst, the person is not doing you any kind of justice. Honestly, like Excel is becoming like a basic skill that maybe like every human being should just have, especially if you're going to work, if you're a CEO of a company, anything, you should know how to use Excel. But in your own case, you're not just learning how to use Excel, you're learning how to use Excel for data analysis. And Excel has this Power Query. So Power Query now is like the kitchen of the data. That's why you prepare your data. That's why you cook your data. It's the same thing. Power Query is also available in Power BI. You get now. So it's pulled from Excel. They also brought it to Power BI. So learn Excel. Like if you're not good in Excel, you're going to have problem, especially if you're going to be working as a data analyst here in Nigeria. And sometimes if they send you data, you want to open your data to see it. You want to just run some kind of few things in Excel. So you would want to do that. Something I didn't put here is that while some companies are using Excel, there are other companies that use Google Sheets. Okay, so Google Sheets is like an online version of Excel. You get, so that one is online. You don't have to install anything on your computer. You just if you have a Gmail account, you can easily access your Google Sheet and stuff like that. The formulas are almost the same, just a few things. So there's Excel online as well. You get now. There's Excel online, and there's that. Another thing again is SQL. So SQL actually is basically for data manipulation. Okay. So why you can do some kind of analysis, create report and stuff like that in Excel. Your SQL now, you just what you want to learn it for basically is to be able to pull data from database. So say, okay, I want to select all the students that graduated last year, but didn't pay something or didn't submit something. You just write an SQL query, small script. It's simple, it's interactive, right? When we get there, I can just show you what it looks like. Then you can look at it and you pull your data. And SQL is very big. Why I think SQL is huge is that most of the time that is what you will work with. Companies like Google, Amazon, and stuff like that, they work a lot with SQL. They even have their BigQuery. There's this thing called Google BigQuery where you can also pull and manipulate your data, right? So you're not a data engineer, but if if you want to go into the field of data engineering, for instance, now you want to learn SQL because in the end you'll be putting the layers for database, you'll be creating a data warehouse, creating a database and stuff like that. But if you're more into the analytical field, you will just want to focus on data manipulation to create calculation. But sometimes you may have to build databases. Okay, so it depends. It depends on the company you're working with. Power BI. This is actually one of my favorite tool. While Power BI is one thing with Power BI is that Power BI is sweet, it's simple, and it's very intuitive. I think you must have seen some Power BI reports online. You can work with it. Just that with Power BI, you may have to do a little work because while you're using Power Query, right? Power Query now is written in M language. It's easy. You can do some little drag and drop, some clicks to work. Then you will need to learn DAX if you want to perform calculation inside Power BI. Then there's Tableau. Tableau is also a data visualization tool, just like Power BI. In the past, Tableau used to be like ahead of Power BI, but like now presently Power BI is on top and is leading. But you can't really say, okay, I don't want to learn this, I want to learn this. It depends on the company you're targeting. That's why it's good you target companies. But if you're a generalist like me, I like to learn anything. So I can just sit down and just learn anything. I do it because sometimes you want to do something or somebody will have a problem and the person will call you. Hello, listen, what's up? I really need to push this now. I just have a few minutes. So learning things has made it easy for me to help my friends solve their own problem. And maybe when it's an opportunity to earn money from it, I also do that. So you also want to look up Tableau. Tableau is easy. Then this is where you have to start doing some kind of programming now. Python. I think like Python is the easiest programming language you can learn. I learned about Python, I think, when I was rounding up my service and stuff like that. And in 1 month, I was fine. That's how easy Python is. So if you're consistent, the whole thing is consistency, right? You start from the start of the month, look at it. Okay, what is this? What is this? Then don't just read and watch videos. Sit down and implement it, and it worked. In a month, I was fine with Python. I could analyze some data, and that's it. It's been years now, and I'm fine. Then another one again is R. R is actually built for data analysis. Why you can use Python for other stuff like that, R itself is designed for data analysis, for your machine learning problem, for your data science problem. So if you have all these skills for a start, you're actually doing pretty well. Then from that, you start seeing new stuff like Apache, Spark, and stuff like that. There are other things, a lot of it that you need to learn. But what's good for you is to have the foundation. So some other things you learn later on will be on need basis. Like, okay, this company is working with this. Let me quickly learn it. You get. So you must be an active learner. Then how to grow in the field. I think I've said it like 5, 6, 7, or 8, 9 times. So let me just go to the next slide so that you see it. This is it. This is how you grow in the field. Okay. This is how you grow in the field. It's simple. You have to be an active learner. You have to be an active learner. Like since 2018, I've taken courses upon courses. I can't count the number of courses I've taken. And now that's not to include the number of YouTube videos. Let's say I'm tired, I come home and I'm very tired, I'll just come and sit down, I'll just play some YouTube videos, I'll just be watching. So their ideas, you see how people solve problems, because that's the important thing. You need to see how people are solving their own problems so that you can improve your own. Okay, maybe what's this concept? I don't know about this. Okay, how do they do data mapping in Python? Oh, what's the kind? Oh, Power BI has released. They released a new version of Power BI. Okay, what's new? What can I do better? What can I improve? Okay, there's a DAS course here. What you do is that most of the time nobody's going to tell you to learn. Because if you don't learn, you're going to realize that you'll be left behind. By the time you need to solve a problem and you don't know how to go about it, or maybe someone will say, okay, this is a new feature, I want you to do this, and you can't do it. So you must be learning constantly. And when you're learning, it's also good you don't just learn in a silo. It's good you have like friends, right? You learn with. So these are the kind of people like, hey James, what's up? I was trying to do this new update and it's not working for me. Like, yeah, the update is not fine. You need to tweak it. I have friends I call like that, and they also call me. So we speak like that. That's how you learn. That is how you grow. And that's how you know what's happening new in the industry. If you're not communicating with people, you're going to be left behind. Then be a problem solver. Like, you don't need to anybody to tell you this. Like, solve problems. And that's the thing. Solve problem. If you find something like, okay, how can I solve this? So if you're not a problem solver, you're going to have a little issue, because when I mean problem solver, your number one skill is going to be how to use Google. That's going to be your number one skill. You see, everything you need, 99% of the problem you're going to face while working as a data analyst, other people have already faced that problem, because the field is huge. There are people in the field. So people are also encountering that problem. You need to learn how to use Google. You understand? Don't just use Google to download music videos, to download some songs and stuff like that. You really know how to narrow down your niche, right? Like, okay, these are some of the blogs I need to do. That's how you learn how to solve problems. Then you also go there, you see how other people have solved existing problems. That's where you learn from. And the good thing about this is that you're likely going to spend 4, 5, 6 days learning some of these things. Then maybe you just get a job and your manager will call you like, hey, listen, what's up? Come and look at this. I've been on this for 2 or 3 days. You will just pick it, change something, teach something, you start working. It happens a lot in my workplace. Okay. Somebody will be like, listen, I've been for the past 2 weeks. I couldn't do this. I was just like, okay, no problem. Just shift this, push this here. They'll say, you're good, you're good. But the good thing about it is that it didn't just come to my mind, right? I've learned this, I've practiced it, and I've seen things many times like, okay, next time when I see this, I know what to do. Then networking. Networking is also very important. You need to connect with people in your field. I think I've mentioned that you need to connect with people who are also doing better than you, people who have been in the field for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. You need to connect with them. Sometimes it does not necessarily mean chatting with them. You can just follow them on LinkedIn. You can follow them on Twitter if you like their content. And from time to time, you can just chat them up to ask some questions depending on your relationship with them. You get. And the good thing about it is that this kind of people, they tend to have, maybe when there's an opportunity, they'll have you in mind, especially if you have mentioned to them that you're open for opportunities. So let's say they're working in the company and they need someone to fill in. They're like, oh, I remember this guy. They'll just send you a message like, come in. You get it now. And they also share resources, because since they have already been in the field, they have access to resources and stuff, things you've never seen before. They will share your resources and you can also get that from them. So let's move. Data analyst salary in Nigeria. I know you've been waiting for this. So okay, let me tell you a quick story. So when I started my data analyst journey, I was already running out of cash. So I panicked. I just accepted the first offer that came in. I didn't even think about it twice. I just accepted the job. But after like 3, 4, or 5 months, I actually realized that I could have earned better if I took my time to do this job search well. So what I'm going to show you here does not mean that you actually have to earn that amount. It depends on the company you're going, which is why it's good you communicate with people, right? And as much as you can, if you can avoid low paying companies, you avoid them, because sometimes you can be working night and day and it can get demoralizing. My first company, sometimes we were sleeping in the office like 2 days straight, because I was the team lead for like North Central Nigeria, and data was pouring in, and you have to deliver because the data has to go out to the government, the back of industry and stuff like that. So it was really stressful. So if you're going for your first job search, I'll advise you, take your time, target companies that pay very well. I mean it. So by the time you start, you won't start having issues and you feel discouraged, right? So let me go here now. So on this side here, so we have average monthly salary of 316,000. See this data here, this data you're seeing here, this average monthly salary, right? Good. If you are good, your skills are good, you can actually come close, and if you sell yourself very well, but you can actually go as low as 60,000, 40,000. I'm honest with you. You get. So look at this, for example. Now look at base salary on this side. When we're talking about look at this here. Base salary, we're talking of 52,000 naira to 8 million. Look at this again. This is annual salary. This is annual salary. They are telling you that someone is earning annual salary as a data analyst 52,000. That's very poor. You get. So my advice for you would be that if you want to start really well, right, target the center here. So let's say maybe you're earning around 160 something, 168. I know of companies, let's say you're an intern. I know of companies that pay data analyst intern as 120,000 naira. Yes, as an intern, they pay 120, they pay 100. Then there are companies that pay a full-time data analyst, not an intern, like 80,000, 60,000, and stuff like that. So when you're searching for your job, cast your net wide, then save it out. Try to narrow down to what you think is best for you. You get. So if you hear someone is earning well, you can also earn well. But if you short sell yourself, if you don't bargain well, they are going to pay you very little. And you know, most of the time, companies want to pay you very little, so to save their expenses, right? Then, when it comes to salary as well, I will advise you um not to disclose your expected salary whenever you are interviewing and stuff like that. You may feel pressured to disclose your expected salary, but it's advisable that you don't, right? Why I'm saying that is that you should rather insist that the company should tell you their budgeted salary. That's the way you have an advantage. So it's a negotiation. The first person to disclose is going to be on the losing end. So you can just say, okay, I want you to pay me 80,000 naira. And the company had budgeted like maybe 120 or 50,000 for that role. They will tell you that 80,000 naira is too much. So they will tell you that they want to pay you something like 60 or 50. And since you're not too confident and you're not sure, you want to bargain down. You get it? Now in the end, they will pay you 60. Now the company has saved money. But during your interview process, you should try to let the recruiter understand that you're actually focusing on how relevant you will be to the company and not how much you're going to get. So you would want to know their budgeted salary for that particular role. The good thing about it is that if they tell you their budgeted salary, you can just say, okay, I'm okay with that. Or you can shift up a bit. You can just move up a bit that you were expecting something within this range. Now, some companies will want to negotiate with you and may come to your standard, or in the end, you may just agree to what they've told you. But the good thing is that you allow them to tell you how much they are willing to pay, because that is how you have the advantage. You get it now. So, and during your interview process, you should be careful. Don't be bullied, because if any company that is bullying you during the interview process, imagine what is going to be when you start working there. So, career roadmap. Okay. Before I actually talk, okay, before I open the next slide, I want to state that there's actually no straight path, right? There's no ideal process for you to follow. So if you want to follow the ideal process, it's actually good. But this is what I'll be showing here is just an example of what is feasible and possible. And it also depends on the company. The company can hire you as an assistant manager, but your job title is just going to be plain data analyst. So there'll be no in your job title, there'll be nothing like assistant manager, data analytics. You're not going to see that. But in your grade, there's a difference between grade level and role level in some companies. So you should, whenever you are going for jobs, you should understand that. So some companies mix it up. So a company can hire you, for instance, as assistant manager or as manager, but the title of your job is going to be different. So they're not going to be paying you based on the title of your job. They'll be paying you based on your level in the company. You get? So that's something you should note. So this is a simple roadmap that I've designed. So I mentioned this earlier, you gain the relevant skills. Without the skills, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay. And you're going to fail interviews. So okay, let me point this out. When by the time we finished our NYC and we went for our first job interview, so we came to the job interview, and what they did was that they now took us to a very big hall like that. They just sat us down. They gave us question paper and some kind answer sheets like that, and they told us to answer all the questions. Reactions about questions about data manipulation, Excel, advanced Excel functions, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, field. So the question was just there, broad and wide. Some of it dived into data science and stuff like that. I think we now all sat down, and the moment we sat down, after 10 seconds, one of the persons that candidate that came for the interview now look at it and say, Kai, this is a disgrace. Kai, no, I cannot come and disgrace myself here. The guy now dumped the question paper and everything, took his pen, kept it in his bag, and he left. He left the interview, he just walked out because he couldn't answer any question. Now, I wouldn't want you to be in that kind of situation. Prepare. You need to gain relevant skills. When I say skills, the knowledge is also a skill. Like, you need to know enough. So when you go for interviews, they won't be asking you questions and you start stuttering, or you will just be blank. It happens sometimes. If you have anxiety issues, you just if you're someone who believes in prayer, you pray about it. If you are someone who believes in affirmation, you affirm about it. Boost yourself. Like, you are your number one asset. If you don't have confidence in yourself, no one is going to have confidence in you. You understand? You are what you value yourself. So if I value myself little, then get into build your confidence, gain skills. Skills will give you that advantage. You know enough about it and you won't have issues. So in my own case, I started as a data analyst. That was it. I just started as a data analyst. I didn't go to all these data analyst intern, junior data analyst. I didn't go through that process. We went for the interview and we did the interview. Said, okay, you go to data analyst. They now push some other people to internship. You understand? I was really good. I prepared very well. So they hired me as a data analyst. For the other persons that weren't really good, they hired them as junior data analyst. Some people were like on graduate trainee. Other ones were like data analyst intern, right? So if you prepare very well, you're going to have that advantage. But if you don't have time to prepare, you can always start as a data analyst intern. And sometimes, even if you have the relevant skills, you would want to work for some big company, let's say maybe for PwC or maybe for Deloitte and stuff like that. You've gained the skills, but you want to work for companies like that, you can still go and intern there. There are people who have done their PhD and stuff, they still do internship and stuff like that, right? So what you try to do is that if you feel like working for a company is going to boost your CV, that's very true. If you feel like working for a company is going to boost your CV when you're done with school, you can just, even if there's no opportunity, you can send them a mail and stuff like that. You can intern there for a period of 6 months, for a period of 1 year. And so that having their name alone when your CV is good, then please try to find out that you're going to learn a lot when you are there. It's not enough to have the name of a company on your CV. Like, did you learn anything? What skills have you learned? Are you able to implement everything you've learned? Then the next stage after this is the data analyst role. From data analyst, you can go to senior data analyst. From there, go to data scientist. And actually, you don't need to pass through all this process. I'm just showing that this is like an ideal process, but you can skip it. You can just move from school to straight data scientist. It happens. But for you to do that, you see this gaining of skills, you can't play with it. You need to be really good at what you know before people will give you opportunities. In the institutions like that, if you are from school, they can allow you to come in as a data science intern. You get, so you get an opportunity as a data science intern, and from there, if you're really good during your internship, you can just become a junior data scientist. And if you're super good, you just become a data scientist full time. No need for junior and stuff like that, right? Then another option is the managerial role. From there, you can put maybe like senior data scientist, manager data analytics, manager data science, and stuff like that. Then while I've said this, it's not limited to this. You can become specialized. I mentioned about that. You can become specialized. You can become a financial analyst if you are into finance. That's for people who did accounting, or for people who just want to take the certification and go. You can become financial analyst. You can become a consultant. What you do is that you can start your own consulting company, right? Then you consult for companies when they want to solve issues related to data science, AI, machine learning. They want to build models. They can consult you. So the field is broad. What's important is to just understand the basics, this aspect. When you come in here, as you spend more time in the field, then you're definitely going to understand it more. So we're going to be learning a few things. So what I'll just be doing majorly is just to show you around so that you know your way around it. You get. So some of these things you may not be familiar with them yet, but think about it. Think about building models that predict that someone is going to default on the loan based on the existing data. Think about building models that recognizes image. If someone should bring a phone out, your app can recognize it. Just think about the lots of problems you can solve, but you can't solve any of that problem if you don't have a basic knowledge of statistics. You get, understand Excel and Google Sheets, how to do some simple data analysis in Excel, data visualization, Power BI, and everything like that. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to show you around. I'm going to show you around these things. Why I don't want to go deep into the programming aspects is that some of you may not really have the resources. Some of you may be using phones and stuff like that. But when we start here, I can now show you a direction. At least you have an idea of what you're going into. Statistics is not hard. We do statistics every day. So this is just a simple stuff like that. But I think by the time we are done with this, you have an idea. So I wish we had more time. We'll build models, what else, but that's a lot, and it's going to take time. So I guess that's it for now. And thanks. So just let me know if you have any question. And yeah, that's it.
Are you people clapping? Or I need to start collecting money for this thing. I need to start charging you. If you are not clapping, we'll bring you live. You come and do your own presentation. You come and do your own presentation, and then you go back to your seat. Wow. Wow. Aside from the fact that, see, like, let me just say confession that you see all those data analysis that you said that I did in 2018. I cannot even remember. I can never remember again. Maybe the Excel skill, yes, but any other, you see how those grammar is blowing. Me, I don't know anything about it again. No, I don't know anything about it again. Like, wow, the interview tips he gave, like an addition to what you should keep dear to heart during. There was a lot of things he said during this session that does not only give an enlightenment to what data analysis and the process and the growth and the curriculum and everything is, but he also dropped some very great tips that are mind-blowing. For example, you made mention of something concerning the first person to give the price will mostly be the one that's short. So, for example, the company is interested to even pay you, let's say they're ready to pay you as high as 150. Some of us really do that, a lot of mistake. And then you want to tell them that, don't worry, 50K is okay for me. No, tell me now, even if I'm the owner of a company, when I hear that 50K will give me all the skills that I was thinking I need to pay 150 for. Of course, I would definitely. So I would say, so it's two things. You can either ask them what they are ready to pay. It's always good because it puts you on a very safe spot. But we sort of have some very stubborn company that will tell you that, what's your last salary? Or they ask you that, at least you have a budget, you have a plan, you have some certain amount of money you want to collect. I will always say, be on the, in fact, start from the highest bound. For example, there is a gap to there is a salary range you want to collect, right? You know that if they pay you 100K, it's okay for you. Okay. And then if they pay you like 250K is okay for you. Please start your negotiation from 250K. Tell them that you want to collect 250K. Don't go and start from 100K. And of course, like what is said, try to push for asking them how much they are willing to pay. So if you now see that they are doing stubborn, you can now go to the zone of giving them that high price that is your highest. And then some will still even go ahead and ask that what's the least you can collect. Make sure that that list is not your list. Do you get it? Make sure the list you measure for them, you see something that when you take home every month, you are still inspired. So that was very fantastic. And it talks about learning. I think a lot of people just don't have that zeal for self push, for self learning. Sincerely, it's a very powerful tool. Like, it's a very, very powerful skill you can have for yourself to be successful when you can push yourself, when you can invest in yourself. I can say for a fact that if we have put out this program, this year's Launchpad, and then we say, oh, pay 10,000 naira, I'm very, very certain we won't even have up to 100 people on this on this program, because people don't want to invest. And the truth is that you will not always get the best for free. Yes, and I'm always saying, like I said yesterday, that is free at times does not make it irrelevant, does not make it useless. You know, CS Launchpad is free, but some people just still see that it's a free thing that nothing much inside. Okay, I think I mentioned that to Amida yesterday when she was talking about students. You know, students don't take up opportunities. Some people even see cheap course as nothing. But I can tell you, I mean, Lizzie can confirm for a fact of how many free courses we have been able to download on Udemy, on Udacity, all those, all those free. In fact, as we speak, Udacity is giving a free nano degree courses on all their courses to May 23rd, right? A lot of people have seen that post. A lot of people have seen that advert, but nobody will still pick it up. Why? Because they see that it's free. But freedom is gold, actually. Yes, thank you for that, Black. It's gold. It's like an opportunity where you don't have to pay for something that you are not capable of paying. That's why some people, they say they are doing a scholarship. Why? Because they want to have a limited set of people that they want to give that free access to. Not because everybody does not have access to, not because it's not good for everybody, but they want to be able to manage it. Do you get? So don't see anything free as useless. It is not. CS Launchpad is free. Every speaker here are doing this for free. All right. So nano degree, not nanotech, nano degree. They are nano degree courses. So please, it turned out a whole lot of nuggets this evening, and I hope your notepad is filled. I hope you're not just, and I hope you're not just going to write, and just write and then abandon it later and not actually take it serious. Please, you really, really need to implement them. You are definitely not going to call Lizzie next time and say, oh yeah, come and teach me the things you talk about and see a Launchpad for free next week. He's never going to have your time. Like, if you know how we have to be on his tail to even get his availability, and these are the things that if you can literally, it teaches people and people get paid, people pay for it. So please take learning, take investment for yourself dearly. I have bought a course online worth of $500 before. And guess what? I have gotten my money back. Why? Because I learned the skill. Now, if they have put that course out there for free, I would have possibly taken it. But somebody might not have really valued it because it was free. All right. So please be open, and then this part is really where I want to shatter it out of table. You want to learn everything for free, but you don't want to do a voluntary service. A lot of you want to learn everything for free. You want to do this for free. You want to do. In fact, all the skills some of you have is for free, but you don't like to do voluntary service. If they ask you, no, in this company is looking for somebody to come and help them to do a graphics design for free, you say a free bow. Are they not collecting salary? But you forgot that skill itself, you learned it for free. All right. So please, please, I need to see more claps. I need to see. I'm not getting enough. Okay. So somebody said 4 pages, including those codes. Just like this Launchpad. You are very right. Really massive. God will listen to be present for us series. Follow us. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys have questions? We need to let him go. He needs to go and unsuit himself. They don't want to give back to, exactly, they don't want to give back to the society. So please, any question? I thought that it was very busy. Of course, Yes, they are very busy. Instructors are very, imagine we have like 12 courses, but we're only able to cover 7 because of the tight schedule of other instructors. So, in fact, they hold us in gold for them to have even come here. So I think there is no questions, nothing. I'm just saying claps, 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 claps. All of you that don't want to do software testing again, I want to go back to data analysis. I'm watching you. Can we see the study plan again? Of course, you're going to have access to all this material. It's going to be in a drive that will give you access to by Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so you're going to have access to them. So somebody asked that. Oh, very good question. Somebody said, is there a difference between data analysis and data science? Nisi, you might want to answer that.
Okay, you said data analysis and data science. So before I answer the question, let me clarify. You didn't ask data analyst or data scientist. You understand? You say data analysis and data science. Just know that data analysis is just like a branch of data science. You understand? There's no way you do data science without doing data analysis. But if you're talking about the job title, data analyst and data scientist, just know that the data analysis does more of data analysis, data wrangling, data visualization, and stuff like that, build reports. But if you're talking about the data scientists, they build models. You understand? So they build models, they perform little research, do A/B tests, and stuff like that. So that's just the difference.
Okay, thank you very much. So someone, I just scroll up, I saw Nelson ask a question. He said, where can one who want to be a data analyst as a career start from to have the skill? I think
See,
I already covered it, but
yeah,
yeah.
I've covered it. See, the place to start from is by learning, right? You learn. You need to learn, understand what you're doing. You got a basic idea of statistics. Learn Excel. That's the first place. So the good thing about Excel is that even if you don't want to take a course, you can actually spend a lot of time on YouTube because there are good YouTubers that have videos, right? Then they have data that they've sent out. Play around with the data, try to analyze, try to repeat what they've done. Then that's where you pick your interest from. From there, you can start searching for internship opportunities. That if you're not confident of your skills, you look for internship opportunities. Or if you want to gain skill from a particular company, that you also look for internship opportunities. There, some of the internship opportunities are up to like from 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. Just target companies that need people to come around. Then please, before you go to any company, try to understand what they are doing there. It's very important. Otherwise, you'll go to some companies and you'll not be doing anything. You won't learn anything. You can spend 6 months there and there's nothing that you'll learn. You just come to the office, they'll be sending you to go and buy food because you're an intern. And so you're not going there to buy food. You get, you're going there to learn. So you should always ask questions before you join. Try to assess the company and see what they have. So if you're not going to be learning anything, they're not going to be paying you well. The most important thing as an intern is knowledge. If you're not getting anything, I won't advise you to go there. So just look for
Hmm,
an internship opportunity.
hmm, 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 Guys, guys, are you are you hearing what I'm hearing? Okay. Okay, somebody also asked that which company or institution can one start from if she wants to apply these analysis skills in healthcare setting in Nigeria?
Okay, for instance, presently I work for a health insurance company. Okay, so you can start searching for companies. I think there are a lot of health insurance companies in Nigeria, and it will be very easy for you to actually get an opportunity, especially if you're in Lagos, because they work with a lot of data. A lot of data is pulling in every day. So if you're looking at a healthcare sector, I will advise you just look at health insurance company, all these HMOs. It's going to be very easy for you to get an opportunity.
Oh, that's great. I don't think we have any other question except from this person, OPJ, and telling me that I should change my career and do software testing next year. This person wants me to drop my career life. It's a lie. It's a lie. And I think this is cheating. I could have even done my software testing last so that you people will be. So now everybody wants to go and do data science. You're not going anywhere. Okay, so somebody said people say apply for roles even when you are not yet good enough. What do you think about that?
Actually, that's a very good advice, actually. So what you when you apply for roles, right? The kind of feedback you get from the HR will help you because you get to see where you need
That's
to
a
improve.
question.
You understand? It helps you to improve. You know where to improve. Let's say you submit your CV, for instance, and you pass through the first stage. Most companies have up to like 3 or 4 stages of interview, right? So you pass through the first stage, then you now get to the second stage of the interview. Then you now see something you've never seen in your life before. Now, you wouldn't have known there's something like that if you didn't apply for the job, right? It helps you to assess your skills. So that's what I will advise you to do. When you apply, it helps you to assess your skills. So if they send you a rejection, and the good thing about it is that if they should send you a regret or a rejection mail, you won't feel about it. You won't feel bad about it because you're assessing your own skills. Okay, I need to improve on this. You jot down, you improve, you apply again. But please, if you're going to be sending your CV like that, please target really good companies. Okay? Target good companies. There are some companies that if you send your CV to, it will surprise you, they will employ you. And they'll come and say they will tell you they want to pay you 25,000 naira. So
Hmm.
that's not good. You get me? So target good companies like Flutterwave, maybe not like Paystack, maybe like all this fintech. What's it called? Piggyverse.
That's way, Kuda Bank, all of them.
Yeah, their banking. So all this, so you try to look for something with a company that has standard. So while they're giving you feedback, you prepare, or you can target Google if you want to work in Google. Try target Microsoft. There's Microsoft Nigeria. You target them, you send them mail, they'll give it. If they don't reply, change your CV, update it, apply again until you get feedback. You get me?
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody said I have volunteered to learn freely. You have not even started. You have volunteered. Who sent you to learn freely? Okay, so there's so many questions, but I don't think you will take all. So Rita asked that how can a management student blend into this career path? How do I grow as I don't have statistics background?
Okay. See, if you like study animal husbandry, study anything. See, in this life now, what you study in school does not determine what you do in real life. Okay, you can study chemical engineering, study medicine, anything. So the most important, I think, like the most important skill in life is your ability to learn. Your ability to learn and solve problem. If you are someone who can learn and you can solve problems, you're good. Doesn't matter if you study management or anything. So, and I think companies are starting to realize this. So whenever they are employing you, they're not really focused on what you studied in school, right? They actually, that's why they have skills. They have some section for required skills and section for relevant skills. You get. So whenever you look at jobs, just look at the relevant skills. So some companies label it as must have and good to have. You get, you won't see required skills, you see must have and good to have. So these are the kind of things you see there. So if you study management, it's easy. Then you say you don't understand statistics. It's simple. What you do is that there are statistics course on Udemy. There's there are statistics course on courses on what's it called again? Coursera. You can go there. And the good thing about Coursera is that you don't have to pay a single dime. What you need to do is that there's an option to apply for financial aid. You get. So whenever you're applying for financial aid, you let them know that you're a student, you don't have any money, you're not presently earning anything. That if they should give you the financial aid, is going to help you in covering for the costs. You get. Then you apply for the financial aid like that, and they will tell you that how will you help your country? Yes, if you become a statistician, you will help our country, you will change Nigeria. Maybe in your own bit, okay? So you apply for financial aid on Coursera, then they'll give you that course. The good thing about it is that by the time they give you the course and you're done, you also get a certificate for it. So you can learn statistics there. And if you have the time, you can just go to YouTube and just watch some videos. But I advise you to go to Coursera, apply for financial aid. You have to wait for 14 to 15 days and get the scholarship. You learn your statistics and start your journey from there.
Hmm. So I'm going to answer a question, and then I'll let you answer the last question for tonight because I can see them, pumping in so many questions. But don't worry, guys. Like I always say, we might not be able to answer all the questions on the live session, okay? But you have them on Slack. This name you are seeing on the screen, listen, Abba, is his name on Slack. So you can always send him DMs. And I'm sure when he's available and free, he will take time to, answer your questions. Okay. So please, because of time, we might not be able to answer. I know I skipped some questions, but very sorry about that. So somebody asked me here that can we have access to all the material, or is it only the one picked? So how this is going to work is that for all the webinars and that we have done this week, you are going to have access to all the webinars. And the only thing is you can't download them, but you can read them. All right. So you're going to have access to them. You are going to have access to even rewatch them again on YouTube. We are going to give you the link. Okay. But when it comes to the learning, when you finally picked a choice, okay, the training material itself is only going to be very specific to the one you want to learn, not all the career training. Okay, so just be specific to the one you want to learn. All right, so I think that should be all this evening. This last question is from Emmanuel Onuku. Said, does learning more skills in data analytics require higher and more sophisticated devices, or can one use any computer for all levels of data analytics? So this person is mostly talking about device.
Okay. So for a start, you won't really need something sophisticated and all that, right? Since you're learning, you're going to be working with data sets that is small in size and stuff like that. So you can always start there. But I believe that as time start going on, you will realize, especially if you start moving into the data science aspect, or start going to the machine learning aspect. When you go towards that direction, you will start having performance issues where, let's say, you are building models, or maybe the data set you got from Google or the data set you got from Kaggle, for instance, is huge and it's not opening on your system. You're running a model, it's slowing down, your system is crashing. I think there was a time I ran a model when I was learning, and it ran for almost 12 hours. And when I came back again, my system was not responding because there wasn't enough space on my system. So as you go higher, you may not really necessarily need it if you're starting out. You may not necessarily need it. Just try to reduce the size of your data. Have a system that has maybe like maybe like 4 gig RAM is good for a start. But if you can afford something better, it's good, right? It's good. You can afford something better to make your life easier. But if you can't, with 4 gig RAM, you should be able to start up and be moving fine. Yep.
Yeah, I think that should be all for today. Thank you so much, Lincoln. So let's release you. So it's time for us to thank you so much. It was just so much fantastic, amazing, superb. In fact, everybody has given audio attribute I know in this life today. So thank you so much. That was a mind-blowing session. We are glad to have you, and they are all looking forward to having an amazing time with you in the class session. All right. So thank you, Listen. Yeah. So now we are here. We are here. Am I the only one that is there? Because finally we have come to the end of the long-awaited webinar. Right? We have done the whole webinar. We have done all the 7 careers that we have available for this cohort. We have gone through all of them. And now is the time for you to make a decision. Okay, let me see. What do you think? How was this session? How has the last 4 days? How has it been for you? Let me see your comment section. Anybody? I want to see a response. Thank you so much. Educative, powerful, power-packed, mind-blowing. Yes. Thank you so much. Now, thank you. Let it keep coming. It's never too much. Okay, so I know that 2 things I would like to make an announcement before we call it a day. Okay, yes, I can see really amazing, enlightening, informative, and quite impressive, mind-blowing, insightful, educative, informative, eye-opening, all amazing and mind-blowing. My worldview has definitely expanded. Fantastic. I can't even quantify it because it has been great. Thank you. Refreshing. Thanks to the organizers. You have done an awesome job. Thank you so much. It's amazing you see through all the options available for you and now still decide that this is what I want to, because the truth is that our ideal candidate for this program does not even know what it takes to be part of one particular career, to build a career, to see further. It is not, you can see that it's not just about writing front end and back end, because everybody believes that, oh, it's just code, tech is code. Now you can see, you have been expanded to see different courses. Now you can now make an informed decision. So when you are picking a career, you know why you are choosing the career. You're not just choosing it because that is what the life placed at you. That is the only thing you can see people doing around you. No, but you are picking it because now you have known what it entails and you are now making this decision. So that is what we want you to achieve, to be able to make an informed decision. Okay, so now this is the time. If you go through the general Slack channel, so first thing, if you go to the Let's Talk channel, you will see where I posted a message. On the message that I posted, okay, respond to it by the 3 things you have learned today. Those 3 things that you say are the things that makes us know you have attended to this class. You don't even need to put I am present. All right, just put the 3 things. Now, please don't mess up the Let's Talk channel. Don't just write it on the page. All right, I've showed you guys yesterday of how to write a message on the chat. So go and look for where you see my post today, and that is around 6:42 p.m. So go and click on it and reply under that post and write the 3 things you have learned today there. All right, so that is 1. 2, the second thing, he said the 3 things are not enough. You can write as much as you want. I mean, but 3 is just okay. But of course your notepad, you can't write all the things you have learned. It is all going to be inside of you. All right, so the next thing now is it's time for us to make a decision. I've welcomed you with my fantastic software testing talk on Monday, and then we talk about front-end development on Monday as well, and then on Tuesday we bring about back-end and graphics designing, and then on Wednesday, which was yesterday, we talk about the UI UX design and digital marketing, and today we have finally talked about data science. These are the 7 areas we'll be covering in this cohort. And we have dropped a link on the general channel. General channel. There are link there. Just click on the link and answer the question. Now I'm going to share my screen so that you know how to answer the questions appropriately. So you just don't click for clicking's sake. You answer accordingly. Okay. So let me share my screen. Just give it a minute. Okay. Let me share. Now, this is what you will see when you open it. Okay. Can anybody see my screen before I go ahead? Oh, fantastic. You can all see my screen. Now, when you click on the link, if you check the message that I sent to you, I said at channel, that is, I'm reading from the general channel, and I said at channel career starter choice survey. Finally, we have gotten this far. It's time to make a career choice. This is the stage where you would decide out of this golden 7 career we have presented to you in the last 4 days. Kindly use this link. Now, if you click on this link, it will take you to this form that you can see on my screen. So I said, kindly use this link to choose or make a career choice here. So if you choose on here, it will bring you to the form page that you can see on my screen. Or if you choose to use this link, it can also bring you to the form page you are seeing on my screen. So any one of them that you choose is fine. All right. But now we have come to the stage where there is a deadline for the things you do. So you don't just share things, or you don't just do things at when you pleases, because we are following a map. In the next 3 weeks, you're going to be doing some massive learning, and that is not enough, but we want to make sure that you have covered something really tangible in the course of the next 3 weeks. So we are going to be giving you some deadlines to get things done. So for this particular survey, you have till 10 a.m. tomorrow morning to fill this survey. By night and by Saturday morning, we would have already grouped you into your own room. So if by Saturday afternoon or Friday, or sorry, on Saturday night by 6 p.m., you are not already in your group, that means you have not filled the survey form, and we might not be able to group you again. And by that time, you start seeing us removing people on the Slack channel. So please make sure that you have submitted this form before 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, this form that I said you should be filling is not even going to take you up to let me just say 5 or 10 seconds. So I don't see why you should delay. You can do that right away. Now, your first name should be in the first field, like this. Your last name should be in that's your surname, is your last name. Your valid email, and now this email address, I'm going to indulge you to please use a Gmail address. Why? Because we are going to be giving you access to some resources that we are going to be adding to a drive, and then we need a Gmail account to add it to. We can use Yahoo, but we just want to make it quite very easy for you when you're accessing them. So please use a Gmail account. So I'm putting in my Gmail account. Location. Now, a lot of you, when you are filling the CS Launchpad career course, the career application, you are saying your location is your home. Some say it's in their shop. Some say in their hostel in the school. That is not what we want. That is not what we are trying to get. To get. Just tell us your city and state. Okay, city and state, or city and country, or state, just two. All right. So, for example, I can say I'm in Ibadan, your state, Nigeria, or I can say I'm in Ibadan, your state. I can say I'm in Oyo State, Nigeria. You get, just, I don't need 514B, Kunle Avenue Street. Just tell me. In fact, your state is just fine to make things easier for us. Your city and state is just fine. Your valid phone number. We might have reason we want to call you to check up on you. Now, the next thing is, which of the day's career roadmap session did you attend? Now, this will help us to know that this decision you are making is not just you making a decision because this is what you want to do. We want to know that this session that you attended helps you make an informed decision. So please tick on the ones that you attended. If you attend all of them, please tick all of them. And then if you skip some days or you do not attend at all, please tell us why. Okay, so if you know that is none of them that you missed, you attended all of them, just here, when we ask you if you skip some days, just type in none as the answer. Now, we said what IT career you intended to do before the webinar session. Of course, a lot of you have your interest at heart before you come for this program. All right, before we start doing these webinars from Monday. Okay, a lot of you know you want to do front end, some want to do back end, some want to do iOS. We know you have a lot of things that you want to do in your heart of heart when you saw the flyer. So tell us, which one do you have in your mind as of then, before this week at all? Now tell us, which one are you interested to focus on as a career choice now? Okay, tell us which one you're interested in, and then tell us the reason why you choose to go ahead with this choice you have made here. Now, if after before this session or before this webinar this week, you have had something you want to do in your mind, all right, and then after the 1 week session, you still could not be able to make a decision, please tell us why. It will really keep us informed as to what we should do or on how we can help you. Okay, so in case you still could not see anyone that interests you in all the 7 we have done, please tell us why. And of course, drop us comment. Give us testimonial of your I think we are even going to change it from any comment to testimonial. So give us a testimonial of your last 4 days experience. Okay, and then you click on submit. That's all. Now, the last thing I want to talk about again this night is tomorrow's event. See, tomorrow's event is superb. I cannot even overemphasize that. Don't miss it. Okay, and this is where we have Tech for Christ presenting a session tomorrow, administration, and I'm sure it's going to bless you. Aside from the old hard work that we all put into things, okay, we also make sure, all right, that we put God first in everything we do to help us make a good decision, to help us to give us the direct path to use. All right, so make sure you don't miss tomorrow's session. It's starting by 6, and 30 to 40 minutes we are done. Okay, max of an hour at most we are done. So please, we are going to share this flyer on the general channel. Please share it to your friend. Anybody can join tomorrow. It doesn't have to be just people in the CS Launchpad alone. So please Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it, share it, share it to your friends, in your circles, on your social media. Just make sure that when you're sharing on social media, hashtag testify, hashtag tech for Christ. All right. So I think that'll be all. Let me see. Is there any question? Oh, you're asking each other, what are you picking? Please don't let anybody influence your picking. No, it's your pick. Okay. So somebody said, which of the day's career session rumor did you attend? Oh, okay. This question shows must select only one option. Oh, really? No, no, it's actually a checkbox. It's a checkbox. So you can pick as much as you can, not just one. Okay. The one that you must pick only one. All right. So if you check here, which of the day's career roadmap session did you attend? So this is a checkbox. You can pick more than one. You can pick everything, you know. So the one that is a must, you pick one, is actually these decisions here, your before decision and your after decisions. Those are the one that you have to pick one. So I think I answered that question. Somebody said pick your pick. Okay, I think that is all. Thank you all so much for staying through. Looking forward to seeing you same station tomorrow by 6 p.m. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. I have tasted of your love. I have seen your mighty works. I'm taken by your love.